Let's find out. Dismissed. Reboot you. I don't know. I'm not sure what's going on. I need some coffee though. I made extra coffee today. We're trying something different. Thought to myself, you got all these fancy kitchen appliances. Why don't you ever use them? So we're gonna employ one of the less used kitchen appliances that I have in my kitchen. Need some half and half, full please. Oh man. So yeah, good times. I don't know if I'm gonna do this right. I'm gonna make some hash browns from scratch. I read like 2 recipes real quick on the internet, and they don't really make any sense to me, but I always thought you soaked potatoes before you cooked them after you cut them up. Oop, just spilled it all over. None of the recipes mention anything about soaking, so we're just gonna wing it. Full wing mode. Alright, what is happening? I'm getting commercials. Yep. Hold please. No, I don't need a new vehicle, but thanks for asking. Alright. So we got the ultra premium chrome plated vegetable peeler of unknown origins. Yeah, that's a real thing. I'd like to just have my live stream it here, bud. Can we do that? Thanks, internet. We got some bacon grease reserved from the previous bacon grease cooking session. Some premium Italian or Italian, depending how backwards you are. We got some potatoes here that we need to get eaten up. I don't know what's going to happen when I dig inside these potatoes, but we're going to find out. We're going to peel them up real quick. Hopefully I can peel my finger live on the internet, which would be fantastic. Is there a light underneath here? Light, please. Hold, please. It's been brought to my attention that my audio may not be the nicest quality in the history of audio recordings. I really don't know what to do about that, because my audio is the same audio I've been using for, a while now. Sorry. I did notice I was doing something the other day, and something really loud happened, and the audio just clipped. It was like some microphone saving device kicked in, and then it must have been maybe the leaf blower. I can't remember. And I don't know, the other thing I can think of is potentially I'm standing on the wrong side of the audio recording device, so I'm going to try to stand on the microphone side if I can. I don't know if that's... I never really thought about that when I set my camera up, but now that it's been brought to my attention, I'm going to consider that when I make my setups. That's why I have the camera on that side of me today. So see? Hopefully the audio is on par with what the internet thinks is acceptable, which is, could vary, if you will. So 4 potatoes, that's probably a lot, but you know what? I love hash browns, and I've always felt like hash browns, there's never enough hash browns, right? So this is either going to turn out awesome, or this is going to suck. I'm kind of hoping for awesome. I've never done this before, so, I guess you're on the same adventure I'm on here. Try to peel all the brown parts off and the other colored parts, whatever color those are. Ooh, that's a nasty old dead chunk of potato right there. Give it a sniff. And it smells like a potato. You might take a couple extra peels past brown on that one. just for the children, right? So think of the children. Get that out of the way. Yeah, we're just gonna go garbage can, I guess. Why not? Done peeling. I might have to cut up though. Just cut up. All right, the food processor. Well, I'm gonna make myself a liar real quick. I'm gonna go to this side. Hopefully the audio is still acceptable. Let's get a knife. I think I'm gonna have to cut these potatoes into at least big enough to fit in the chute. How big is the chute? There's more than one way to do this, I know, and I'm gonna try not to do it wrong. I just realized when I look down the chute, I don't have my plunger out yet, which is gonna be a bit of a challenge. Oh, please, I gotta get the plunger. Which most likely is not in a condition to be touching food. Yeah, hold, I gotta give this a little rinse. Sorry about that. I mean, it's probably clean enough to touch your food, but it's not gonna be clean enough to touch my food. There's a little dust in the old cabinets, you know what I'm saying? Let's give it the old water rinse. All right, so there's our plunger. All right, let's figure this out. We're gonna go potato in. Then we're gonna go on. How does this work? Is it plugged in? We're plugged in. We're locked. Ooh, that sounds wobbly as shit. Is that thing correct back there? Yeah, we're good. Here we go. Oh, please. And nothing. What am I doing wrong here? Is my thing not locked on? Everyone just saw that spin, right? Everybody? Apparently I didn't press down hard enough on the plastic something or others. I think, so I've got an aftermarket bowl, and I don't think it's quite the correct market that it's supposed to be in. It's from a market, but I don't think it's the right market. Does that make sense? Now, is this the lazy man way to do it? Oh, it might be the genius man way to do it, as far as I'm concerned. I feel like I'm growing potatoes in the top, though. So most likely what this is going to be a bunch to clean up later. I do have some potato wedge stuck in the top. That might be the bonus potato at the end. I always feel like this is like extra fragile and it's going to break at any moment. Yeah, this whole thing. Most likely because it is extra fragile and it will break at any moment. All right, this can't run. There's the safety right there in case you're worried about me chopping me fingies. Okay, get that out. So far, so good. I'm gonna go with lefty loosey, right? That's the way you do it, isn't it? Or is it righty tighty? Oh, it's righty tighty to take it off. That's intuitive. Piece of garbage. So yeah, these things break on them down here. These little, this little area. So I've replaced this at least once. The thing is, I never use it, but yet I've replaced it more. I know, yeah, whatever. And they are the manufacturer of these plastic items tends to believe that they are worth their weight in damn near gold, because they are expensive. There's one thing that I do know about these little plastic buckets, but like the main issue is if you have got the food processor, which is they don't give those away. They're not cheap. I mean, they're not like a Ferrari or anything, but like you have to pay for them. But like if you've got one of those and your bowl breaks, it's pretty close to worthless. Now, see, for some reason I think I should rinse that. Ooh, my water's spilling. Hold on, please. Doing some water in the background. A little dribbly drabble. Okay. So this, I'm just gonna have to rinse this real quick. Otherwise, I'm gonna have a potato bomb for later. That's just a starchy mess of messes. It's still gonna be a mess of messes, That is the one thing I remember from my youth, growing up. We used the food processor at the house growing up. I remember that quite a bit. And I always remember it was like, it was convenient and nice, but it was also like a thing to deal with. I mean, everything's a thing to deal with, right? All right, so I've got this soggy bowl of hashed burr whites right here. Now, someone was saying you should get all the liquid out of there. So let's do, I guess we'll try paper towels. Should we try that? They said the drier you can make your hash whites, the browner they will become. So we're going to give them the old squeeze there. Hopefully they don't start tasting like paper towel. Oh yeah, that's going to be a great plan. Good plan, Elves. Now you got paper towel hash whites. Let's mix them around a little bit. We'll come back in. There may be some what do they call it? Spoilage or breakage. We may lose some hashes in the process here. But like, it's kind of weird. This is something I've always wanted to do with my air fryer, and I just never have done it yet. Like, I've had that thing for, God, I feel like I've had it for, well, definitely more than a week, definitely more than a month. I'm thinking like a year almost. Is that possible? Could try salad spinner. Oh, yeah? But that's another thing I have to clean. Actually, depending on the size of the holes in my salad spinner, the potatoes might fly right out. That might be an adventure. Like, I don't know how. I don't know how. I just don't know. Like I said, I read like 2 internet, like, you know, I'm a purple-haired lady with 5 kids, and I make hash browns. One of them websites, you know, like a blogger or whatever. And I'm thinking, okay, well, my Betty Crocker cookbook, unfortunately, doesn't have air fryer instructions in it because Betty Crocker, you know, she grew up before air fryers. And I'm not saying I couldn't cook it regular, but I'm like, well, I got this air fryer. Let's try it and see what happens. Like, allegedly, you're supposed to just stick it in there, and then, like, when you're done, you just get, like, a block of perfectly cooked on both sides of hash browns because the air can, like, fly around and fry, I guess. Whatever. So, now that I've made an official map. Oh, that's dry. So, I'll bring the page up here. All right, yes. Let's see here. Can you cook frozen hash browns? We're not doing that. Does it have a preheat? No, she doesn't have a preheat. Too bad. This lady saying shake it. This is what I think I need to do. Get my beard hair out of there first. So one of the things was like you have to add melted butter, right? But I've got bacon grease here. See? A little bacon grease. So I'm thinking like maybe if I melt some bacon grease and put it in there, I can make. Now, am I setting myself up for a bunch of stuck hash browns in the air fryer? Absolutely possible. Absolutely possible. I added bacon grease to something the other day and it all stuck, but. You know. Okay, do we break it? Just about broke it. So let's we're gonna kind of skim from the top because I know the bottom of the old bacon grease it's gonna have some what are known as solids. And that may be too much or not enough. I don't really know. We're gonna microwave that, get that liquefied. And then we're gonna somehow add it to this, and then we're gonna stick it in the air fryer. See how that works? I may be doing it wrong, but I'm still doing it. See the difference between not doing it and doing it wrong? Oh, that probably just need a whole minute. Oh, it might need a whole minute. All right, where's my coffee? Let's get back to the live stream here. There it is. Let's check the bacon grease. I feel like we should be melting now. That is a stubborn bacon grease. All right, so we're gonna be cooking eggs on the flat top here in a little bit of bacon grease. Yes, we're gonna use that. Why not? We don't have bacon for today. That's fine. You don't have to have bacon every day. I did promise OJ. OJ's out. Oh, I hear it spinner spattling. That's usually how you know it's done. All right, it's not 100% melted, but it's starting to. See? It's we'll just drizzle that over the top. Hope for the best. Oh man, I feel like I'm missing a crucial step here, but that's fine. I mean, at the end of the day, what's the worst that happens? 4 potatoes or 5 potatoes, a little bit of peeling time, and a sad, hungry, bearded man. I mean, that's probably like worst case scenario. I mean, I guess house fire, homeless, maybe that's the absolute worst case scenario. Somehow I feel like that's probably not enough of the old bacon grease, but like, you know, this is a health food cooking show, so we don't want to get too crazy with the, whatever. It's not healthy. All right, so I did give this an attempt at a light cleaning today, and it didn't go well, but the attempt was made. I did run it through a cycle of preheat, so whatever oogie boogie that was still in there, it's been heated to a temperature that I'm going to pretend makes it safe to use. See how that works? It's all about your attitude. I'm not gonna pack this. I'm gonna try to keep it floofed. See? I feel like if I pack it, it'll be less conducive to appropriateness. All right, that's our final product. Now, what I don't have, unfortunately, is the numbers and time. So we're gonna rely on this this nice individual who took time to write a web blog. Come on, just tell me the time. Freeze your paste. Did you know? All right, potatoes, salt to taste. We'll salt them afterwards. All right, peel potato. I should have read the instructions, I guess. Peel potatoes. Use a cheese grater. Get real. Place the grater in 4 layers of paper towels, clean cloth, fold it over until the moisture's gone. Well, we didn't do that, but we tried. Put them in a bowl, gently stir with salt and oil and pepper. Add your grated potato to the air fryer. Cook your hash browns at 370 for 70 minutes. Shake halfway. We're not doing that. Remove and enjoy. So 370 for 7 minutes. Let's go. What's going to be the closest button? We're going to go with carrot. 320 for 8 minutes. No. French fry. 14. Ice. Well, 380. That's pretty close. Oh. All right, note to self. Snowflake is going to be... That's going to be my permanent hash brown button. And launch. Okay. That was fun. And now we wait, I guess. I was trying to get some orange juice going. Do I have a cup out? For one that has extra food stains in it. 400 for 13 minutes. Okay. Let's go. 400 for 13. Boop, boop, boop. And then time. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, boop. And I don't know if I can store it while it's going. Pause. You son of a bitch. Thanks, Internet. Try that. We gotta shake halfway through because we see what's burning. I do have these like little cheat sheets here. Let's see what it says. Vegetable, potato, peppers whole. No hash browns though. I got a magnet air fryer thing on the wall over there, and it doesn't give me anything that's useful at all. So another one of those. Well, they tried. I mean, at least they tried. They're trying it. All right, let's talk about our orange juice. We got hash browns everywhere. I'm really hoping this is just a simple thing that I can just like get into my regular rotation of grind a potato, cook a potato, enjoy a potato. Okay. This is a farmer's cooperative since 1933. It's got pulp, which I don't know if it's an option. Pulp gets caught in my beard. Just saying. It's premium. It's 100% orange. They concentrated it. It's a premium blend of orange juice from our Florida groves and the world's premier citrus growing region. So it's not just from Florida. The farmer is from the United States. Who owns it? Low calorie food. There's no sugar. There's your daily ingredients. You're supposed to keep it refrigerated. Let's see where. It should say where all the oranges. Mexico, Brazil, and Florida. So Spanish-speaking oranges. Nothing wrong with that. You know, we're all doing a half glass of orange juice because we've got to make it last, right? The new economy, you can't have a full glass of orange juice. Even though like a half a glass of that is probably 4 servings. I remember growing up, I have a family relative. Family relative, is that a double speak there? I have a relative who is very good at appropriateness and formality, which is nice that there are still people that live that way. We're not all heathens. I remember visiting their house, and somehow we were hanging out, and something came up about, I can't remember what they did. I don't know if she was hosting a breakfast or what she was doing, but like, she had to have orange juice cups, or juice cups. And I think she actually had some or something, and like we got them out. These juice cups, these things were like that big. They look like shot glasses almost. Well, because it turns out you're not supposed to drink a lot of juice when you drink juices. You're only supposed to have a little bit of juice because juice has got a lot of, I guess, sugar. That's when I learned that I may not be doing it right. All right, we got the burner going up front. We're down to 10 minutes on the old burn potato pile. We are using blue plate today, which is good. We got potato chunks everywhere. We're going to be making just toast. Toast with bacon grease. Spatula's on the power board. Fun. I'm not making sandwiches today. I'm just going to have toast, right? Just some toast. That's going to be fun, isn't it? It's be fun that I just do a bunch of stuff off camera and don't show anybody. That's also fun. Whatever. Apparently this twist tie was installed by a professional twist tie installer. If I move that one more time, maybe I'll get the perfect spot. So this is premium bread. This isn't regular bread. This is premium. I know some of you aren't used to that. Some of you guys only get the regular bread. This is premium. Premium. You gotta eat it by October 27th. Well, it was in the freezer. So I may have taken its premium status down to a little bit less than premium by freezing it, but this is what I've learned in life. If you get used to a certain thing, you're good with it. So I was raised on frozen bread because we ate a lot of bread, and you buy the bread when it's on sale, or you buy the bread when you're at the bread store, whatever it was. I can't remember what the deal was. And then you freeze it. That way you never wake up one morning and be like, damn, we need bread, we don't have any. I know there's bread snobs out there who only eat Fresh baked bread that was that just came out of the oven 2 minutes ago. If it's 3 minutes, it's no good. I know there's people like that. I get it. Met them before. I gotta take a peek here. Oh, that's a lot of steam coming out. It's starting to happen. I want to stir that, but I don't think I'm going to. We're gonna go with the no stir. We're gonna attempt the no stir. Nostradamus on the potatoes. We're gonna call those Nostradamus potatoes. Damas potatoes. We'll shorten it up. What kind of potatoes? Oh, they're Damas. Why? They're no stir. Is that how it works? We got the action shots in here. They just looked at my coffee cup and I saw something stuck to the wall. I'm gonna pretend I didn't see that. You know why? Because I don't want to believe that there's something stuck in my coffee cup. But I think there is. Ugh. All right. Well, what we got here? Hey, Jeremy, welcome to the stream. We're making Damas potatoes. Why are they called Damas? Because they're no stir. No stir. Damas, Nostradamus. Look at them bad boys. Oh, that's a lot. That's a steamy pile of goodness in there. This is actually looking pretty good. Got that warming up. Where's my half and half? There it is. Oh yeah. So it was brought to my attention that I think next Thursday's Thanksgiving? Is that a thing? Like, holy cow. Look at here. How am I? Doing okay. Should have a little late breakfast. Kitchen was extra not clean today. That's why I didn't stream my breakfast last week because it was so dirty. And I was like, I ain't cleaning that shit. And then I didn't clean it for another week, so it was like 2 weeks double bombed out. So I spent, like an hour to 2 hours this morning cleaning my kitchen, at least the part that's going to be on camera. Oh well. It's hard to be perfect. Still working on it. We are gonna deploy a little bit of bacon grease on the old. That's what we're gonna try. Easier said than done, apparently. I guess I'm gonna use the old finger. Just to get that little hint of pork belly in your egg there, right? Right in your egg. I don't think my grill's hot enough. I'm doing that wrong. Oh my god. I haven't fumbled an egg that bad in years. Yep, nope, that's definitely not hot enough. No! 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 Get back up there. So since we're not eating a half a pork belly, we are going to add a little bit of salt. Big conversation last night about salt. One of the guys I game with is like, I can't quite figure it out. Like, he's definitely into like health food, but like, I don't know why. I kind of got I'm guessing, but I'm assuming there's someone in his family that had health problems, and he's trying to lead by example, or trying to lead by not following that path. So like, apparently all the guy eats is like chicken breasts, not crispy or nothing, with like salt and pepper, I think only, salmon just cooked, and like salad. And then gets very upset about too much sodium. And we were talking last night. I was like, dude, you gotta have sodium in your life. Like, you gotta have sodium. Your brain will not work. Your synapses require sodium. It is required. Your brain goes broken without sodium. All right, so we're crisping around the edges. Center, not so much. We're we're gonna let that keep continuing. Hopefully we don't get too crispy on those edges. If we do, we'll use a spatula. We'll flick that off, right? Ooh, yeah, egg a little stuck there. Egg not lubed. The old bacon grease patty didn't quite go to all the ends of the earth there when I threw that down. Okay, it's coming along nicely. The heat's finally getting through. I did have this thing preheated like super duper. Then I let it cool off to less super duper. Well, where's my buttermilk? Oh, we got butter going? Oh yeah, he eats toast, no butter. I'm like, what? You don't eat butter? Like, just toast. I kind of got a weird philosophy and all that. So like, I spent a long time, and when I say a long time, I mean many years, hand in hand, in depth, elbows deep, with the official elderly at like, well, at first at an independent living and then at an assisted living. Kind of a weird thing, but like the unofficial bodyguard for one of my relatives. So I just spent time making sure that no one messed with her. And what I learned, I learned many things. Some lessons I forgot, but many things I did learn. One of the things I learned is, it isn't necessarily, and when I say this, people get mad at me sometimes. Like, I don't think necessarily your goal in life should necessarily be to see how long you can live, right? And people, oh, what are you talking about? It's like, well, have you ever met a really old person that's having problems? Like, they're not having fun. They're not enjoying themselves. So, like, maybe dial back how long and maybe dial up how good. How good can you live? How enjoyable can you live? I mean, you don't want to dial that back too far, because if you go too far, your life's too short, and you know, there's like a happy medium in there, and I don't know what it is. I don't claim to have the answer to that, but I do know for a fact that the goal of I'm going to live the longest, I don't think that's the goal. And maybe as a person that's only halfway through their life, I'm a little jaded on saying shit like that, but like, woo. I mean, that's one of the things I observed. Like, and the places I was at, they were nice places, and they were good facilities, and it was all great, but it's just like, at some point there's just like only so much you can do with, it's a lot of, ooh, yeah. It may be different for the generations growing up now because, we're on the timer. We're on the 20-second timer here, kids. Oh, and the bread popped up right then. I get the butter on that real quick. We got 15 seconds on the hashed potatoes, the hash browns. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Looks pretty good. Looks pretty good, kids. Let's try to get some of this butter spread before it all just soaks in the one spot, which it already did. That's fine. That's fine. That's how they do it. This is like a cafe. It's like a cafe meal here, where they just you get the cuts in halves. Yeah, just like a cafe. That works. Get your egg there. I'm gonna do 2 eggs, but I'm a little what am I doing? I need something to scoop that shit out with. Got a bamboo scooper. Is that a good idea? On a scale of great ideas to bad ideas, it's a great idea. All right, scoop cam. Bamboo scooper cam. That was kind of worthless. Let's just try to get some of these out. They're actually pretty crispy looking. This is actually looking pretty good. The edges maybe got a little bit overblown, but I kind of like them crispy like that. We're gonna do half now. Or I don't know if that's half. We're gonna do that maybe for now. Salt and pepper to taste. Those actually look really, really good. Unless I overcooked them. And if I did, I'll go maybe dial it back by like a minute. crispy. Look at that crispy, but it's still... Oh man, those are amazing. That's blowing my mind right now. Yeah, that's like the best hash brown I've ever eaten in my life. Flaky, airy, not all smashed, not just loaded with like 1,000 pounds of butter. Oh, sorry, I just filled my shoulder. Wow. That's crazy. How did that turn out so good? Well, on to another egg. My cooktop's starting to smoke a little bit here. Let's put a little down. A little dabble do ya. Where's the dog? Oh, well, the dog's not going to be on camera today. Dog is resting peacefully off camera today. But we do have hash browns, which is nice. Ooh, good. That one about to escape, didn't he? I'm gonna turn this. I'm gonna let the heat carry on that one. Oh, yeah, that's a disaster. I just did that, didn't I? Let's go eat some more hash browns. These crispy edge hash browns. Now, some people might say those hash browns are too crispy. Not me. I say those hash browns are just crispy enough. So, did you guys see the new anvil video I got? My new anvil? How great is that? So pumped. That's one of those things, like, I cannot believe I waited that long. Oh my God, man. I've wanted an anvil for so many years. Like, I did a lot of research on anvils, trying to figure out how to get an anvil or whatever, and heard all these great stories of, like, how people got their anvil for nothing or free or whatever. And I'm the eternal optimist, so I was always hoping that would happen with me. It's like the ways to get an anvil. This is how these are the possible ways to get an anvil, as far as I can figure out. Possibility 1. You go to a guy that has anvils for sale, you buy one. And you pay a lot of money, and you get an anvil, right? And then you celebrate. Possibility number 2. You find an anvil that fell off the back of a truck, right? Which, if you don't know what that means, it means you steal an anvil, which I don't recommend. Like, that's a bad idea. We're just going for it here, kids. Damn. Which, you know, for me, that's not really an option. And I wasn't going to buy originally I wasn't going to buy a brand new anvil because it just didn't make any sense because, like, I'm not blacksmithing. I'm just like, I just want an anvil for my workbench so I can, like, straighten stuff out when I'm got crooked stuff, right? Oh, man, look, it's like a potato chip. So, option number 3, and this is what I was kind of hoping for, is you run into a person who is in possession of an anvil, but yet does not want an anvil. Like a old lady, a widow, whatever. someone's like, yeah, I don't want this thing. I've been tripping over this thing for years. Just get it out of here. That's what I was kind of hoping for. So the way you do that is, and I probably wasn't as diligent about this as I should. You're supposed to, literally every interaction you have with another human being, you're supposed to ask them if they know anybody that's got an anvil for sale. That's what you're supposed to do. And I probably didn't do that, you know. Because eventually you start looking like a weirdo when you're at the grocery store at the checkout line and you ask the cashier, do you know anybody that's got an anvil? Like, But I did look on the used market, right? The various websites where people sell used items. I've had pretty good luck on some of those websites before, but like, I'm totally convinced because of the television shows, like Forged in Steel or whatever, like all this television stuff, that anvils have become this thing where like their perceived value has exceeded their actual cost or retained value. So like the big thing is like, right, if you're getting an anvil, you go on the internet, oh, I want to buy an anvil, whatever. Read about anvils. And what you'll learn is like, oh, you got to get a vintage anvil made by a Swedish person or a German or whatever, and that's the only good shit out there. So fine, I want one of those. Well, I have 2 forks. How did that happen? I'm confused now. How did I manage with 2 forks? Anyways, I start reading up on this stuff, and it's like, everything new is trash. You don't want the Chinese shit, blah, 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 blah. But the problem is, like, I mean, anvils, I mean, not that they're necessarily sold by pounds, but, like, they're sold by the pound. I mean, that's just how it works. Whether you realize it or not, you're buying so many pounds of anvils for so much dollar. It's a math problem. It's a division problem. And it used to be, well, it still is. There's a relative price per pound for a new anvil, or a price per pound for a used anvil, or a price per pound for a high-end premium new anvil, or a price per pound for a high-end premium used anvil. That's a known thing. It still is. But it's gotten so crazy that the price per pound for a new anvil is just about the cost of the price per pound for a used anvil. But, you know, people are looking their prices up online, and they're pricing their items accordingly. But the problem is they're pricing it just purely on weight, not condition. So like you're getting like, we'll just use 100 pounds because the math is easier. 100-pound anvil used, I don't know, $5 a pound, right? That's $500. And then you look at this 100-pound anvil and all the edges are chipped off and it looks like it's been buried for 30 years and it's just a broken piece of shit, but it weighs 100-ish pounds. And they want $500 for it. That's $5 a pound. That's actually, $5 a pound is a good deal on an anvil, by the way, if you didn't know that. That's a good deal. Whereas you could pay maybe $5 or $6 a pound for a brand new anvil that has all its corners still. It's like, well, what do? Pay an extra dollar per pound? I mean, on a 100-pound anvil, it's extra $100, but like, generally, an anvil is something that's not like a thing you can wear out in a week, you know? Maybe you can. I don't know. I can't. Well, then enter stage left here of the cheap anvils, right? These are like cast iron anvils, super soft. I mean, just garbage, really. You can't really forge on them. They call them anvil-shaped objects. But you can afford one. Well, I guess a few years back, like Harbor Freight started selling these anvils made in Russia that were cast steel. And it was like, damn, that's not a bad anvil. I mean, it's not great, but like, it's not a cast iron. And then for reasons I don't quite understand, probably something to do with politics or something, I don't really know, but like, they stopped selling those. And a lot of people were like, damn, those were kind of great. Like, it was one of these deals where like, when they were for sale, they were garbage and no one wanted one. And then when you couldn't get any more, it's like, oh, dude, where can I get a used one like that? So like the used market on those Russian-made anvils is like, it's like a thing now. You can't get them anymore. Which is ironic. Well, then, it was like earlier this year, I think, maybe last year, but I think earlier this year, Harbor Freight started selling that Doyle that I ended up getting, but there's a competing company called, so the Ventor, I think it's Ventor. And someone was saying, I don't know if it's true. Someone was saying that the Ventors and the Doyles come from the exact same factory in China. Just the molds are a little different. Like where the hardy hole and the Pritchell hole are just in a little bit different location. The square and the round hole. And so like people are like, you know, that's like a big thing on the internet now. It's like, oh, are these any good? Like, can you use them to can you beat a hammer against them? And is it, you know, does the hammer know? So I'm just filming the back of my arm. And basically what it came down to was, if you get a good one, they're all right. If you get a bad one, you got a problem. Well, the Ventors are all ordered. If you order them, they ship them to you. It's a pain in the ass. So that's why the Harbor Freight stuff is kind of like, oh, maybe Harbor Freight, because if you get a bad one, you just take it back. Whatever. But the rep, they got this reputation. Oh, it's garbage. You don't want that shit. It's like, yeah, no, I don't want to drive a Subaru either. I want to drive a Rolls Royce, dude, obviously. Actually, I want my driver to drive a Rolls Royce, right? Like, that's... I mean, some of the expectations of the people on the internet are like, dude, you got to have the best only. Like, well, yeah, no, I get it. I want the best only, but, like, unfortunately, I live on planet Earth in reality, and the best only isn't going to be available all the time. The best only. Whatever. Well, it turns out that this piece of garbage Doyle, cast steel anvil, isn't bad at all. I've seen people try to destroy them. They're pretty hard to destroy. That's one of the things that, I mean, I don't know, the whole made in China thing or made in America thing, I mean, it all depends on, like, where you're coming from, right? I mean, the problem with a lot of it is like, I mean, if you take a hard stance of, I'm only buying made in America, right? Only made in America. For everything. Well, the problem you're going to have is, like, either you got to be a millionaire, or you're not going to get anything that you want because they don't make it in America. That's chicken, you know, chicken versus egg. Oh, if people bought more, there'd be more here. But it's like, well, that's not how it works, man. That's not how, I mean, for me, to buy an American-made anvil, that means I don't get an anvil. Like, I'm not getting an anvil then. So for me, it's like, well, you either buy an American-made or no anvil, and, well, I want an anvil, though. So instead, I guess I went to a place that sells them in America, and like the guy at the cash register has a job, I guess. I didn't order it. Get a computer to do it. It was pretty funny though when I bought it. I was so excited that when they told me the total, I started doing the math, trying to figure out how much per pound. I had like 64 cents coming to me in change. I completely forgot to grab my change. So I was so excited about the price per pound. And then after I took the anvil back out to my vehicle and then brought the cart back, I was like, dude, I think I forgot my change. He's like, yeah, I think you did too. I was like, my bad. I was so excited. I've never been so excited in my life to buy an anvil. But yeah, I've already pounded some stuff straight with it. It's working pretty good. Very exciting. Very exciting times. So yeah, that's fun. Well, I'm gonna say hash browns in the food processor is a win. That's gonna be a repeatable event there. So I'm excited about that. That's good to have that in the old repertoire. Oop. I'm trying to think of other crazy shit that's happened lately. I mean, there's been a lot of crazy shit, so I'm not going to talk about the internet. Oh, here's a good one. Blow my nose. The internet's making my nose runny. Excuse me. So, I had to deal with my internet company. We're set up on auto pay. And like auto pay, I give them my credit card, and they just bill me every month, and the credit card picks it up, and then I pay my credit card bill. No big deal. Must be like 4 months ago, for reasons I don't understand. The credit card company, or not the credit card company, sorry. The cable company was like, hey, we're going to cancel your auto pay because we think your credit card's expired, even though it wasn't. It was about to expire, but it was not expired. So they iced my credit card, and then they said, oh, you didn't pay your bill. Well, don't open that bill because it's automatic. I don't give a shit. A couple months go by or whatever, and I get like this nasty letter. Call me a degenerate, not bill payer. So I call them up, and I'm like, yo, what's going on? Why isn't my auto pay working? They're like, well, your credit card's expired. And like, at the time, I got a mouthful, sorry. My card was going to expire because this months had gone by. My card was about to expire. It was still good. Because I called my credit card company, like, no, your card's still good. I had the new card in hand, but I hadn't activated yet. So I was on the phone with the cable company. I was like, dude, can you, like, I don't understand what's going on. It's supposed to be auto pay. Oh, yeah. We finally chalked it up, like, oh, they may have made a mistake. That was a lot for them to admit. So they waived all the fees and all the everything, the blah, 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 blah. And I paid the bill that was due. It was a few months worth, whatever. I just paid it. And I said, all right, so I can't put the new card on yet because I haven't activated it. So I'm going to have to hang up with you, and I got to call my credit card company and activate the card, and then I can set up the new auto pay on the new card, right? And they're like, oh, no, just go on the website. It's easier. Just activate your card, go on the website, set it up, it'll be fine. Like, okay, so I do that. Activate the card. New cards, it's good for 5 or 6 years, whatever it is. I go on the cable company's website, put my information in, good to go. Go on with my life. A couple months go by, I get a nasty letter. Pay your bill, you bum. I'm like, what the hell's going on? I call them up. I was like, I don't understand what's happening. Like, I checked the website, the card's in, but they want me to pay extra. They want me to pay 2 months worth plus a bad guy fee. Like, you're a bad person, pay more. I was like, bullshit, I ain't paying more. I did exactly what you told me to do. Like, the last time it was you guys screwed up and canceled my card, and this time I put the information. So the person on the phone, and I'm talking with him, I was like, I don't understand what's happening. Like, can you guys just take my money? Like, oh, well, something didn't go right on the computer system, blah, blah, blah. I was like, oh, we just pay the bill. Can you get rid of my fees? Yeah, we'll take care of all that shit. And like, just days before that, I got a letter from my credit card company, or not my credit card, I keep saying credit card, from my internet company. And they're like, oh, good news, Mr. Elveshelves. Because we're such a great company and we love you so much, we're going to give you no more data cap. Because they put a data cap on me years ago. I had no data cap, and then they put one on me. And they said, oh, well, basically you can get bent because we don't give a shit. You got a data cap. You want more data, pay more. Ha ha. I actually filed with the FCC and said, this is bullshit. I had a contract, no data. They just changed it and gave me a data cap, blah, blah, blah. And they responded, and they were like, oh, well, you could buy more, blah, blah. Anyways. So I get this letter like, hey, good news. We're going to bump your speed from 300 meg to 500, right? Amazing. And we're going to give you no data cap because we love you so much. Oh, and one more thing, we're going to lower your monthly fee. And I'm like, whoa, that's pretty crazy. That's like way more speed, unlimited data, and it's less. And then I read down farther, they're lowering my fee by $1. They lowered my monthly fee by $1, but just like 2 or 3 months ago, they raised my fee by $5, right? So if I rewind a couple months ago, I had 300 meg speed for a known price and a data cap that I could never reach. They raised my fee to $5 more, kept my speed, kept my data cap. And then a couple months later, they raised my speed, give me no data cap, and lower my price by $1. And I'm like, that's crazy. Like, they used to sell tiered products, and like the next tier was a 500 meg tier. And it cost more. So I was like, did they just like bump me up to the next tier? And like, so I'm talking with a lady. I was like, do you have a, like, I appreciate the 500 speed, but like my internet's worked fine for me. I hardly ever have any problems with it. Not that I've ever really like, oh, I got a problem with my internet. Like, the data cap, never a problem. I was like, do you have a lower one? Oh yeah, we have a 300 speed with unlimited. I was like, how much? Oh, it's less. I was like, well, I was paying for 300. I had unlimited data. You put a data cap on me. I'm paying for 300 with a data cap. You take my data cap off. You give me 500. You charge me more. You still sell 300. Just give me 300 and charge me less. Like, I have to ask for that? Like, I had to ask them to take me back to what I already had, and I was just like, holy, like, what a scoundrelly thing to do. They basically just worked me up to a higher package, and then just like, there you go, there's your new higher package. I was like, dude, I'm not streaming, gaming, downloading, surfing, audio booking. I mean, how much shit can you do on the internet at once, you know? Whatever. I'm just crazy. Well, it turns out there's competition coming to town. We're getting fiber optic from a different company. That's why. We got competition in town. And they just realized. And I told them, it's like, man, I can't wait to cancel you guys. Every time I talk to them, literally, every time I talk to that company, I said, as soon as I can get rid of you and have a... I got the same letter. Nice. Yeah. It's just like a shady way to do business. Like, all they did is just bump me to a higher plan and charge me more, and then like, it's like I didn't ask for the plan to be bumped. I don't want a bump plan. I want, like, God Almighty. I got my striped hat on today. We got the fireplace running too. Nice and toasty in here. So whatever. But every time I talk to that company, I say I can't wait to cancel with you. I said as soon as there's a company that can offer on par speed and reliability, even if it costs me a couple bucks, just out of principle, I'm going to cancel you. I may come back, but it's the minute it's available, adios! You're out. I'm throwing you out because I'm just sick of the bullshit this guy's like. I just hurt my wrist doing that. God damn. Whatever. So today I got to get my rain barrels put away and my downspout extensions put in because winter's here and whatever. I don't even know. All right. Well, that was a good experiment. That worked great. Probably going to see a lot more of that because I like potatoes. I just got to figure out an efficient way to clean the food processor, and then I'll be good to go. All right. We're approaching an hour. That seems to be plenty of time for me to ramble on the internet. Professional food-eating rambler. So I figured out, I got this hat for super cheap. I figured out why. I can't take it off because my hair is just a matted knot, but the underside of it, maybe I can show you over here. See how it's silver? That silver's super slippery, and the hat just goes, it just keeps sliding up off my head. So I'm pretty sure that's why I paid 50 cents for this hat, because it doesn't stay on my head. It just keeps sliding up. Whatever. All right. Well, that's going to be the end of this one. I'm sure I'll find something to do today. I don't know what it is. I'll get something done. All right. Peace. Thanks for tuning in. If you missed the live stream and you watch the unlive version, it's very similar. You just live stream. You can join the chat and I'll respond, I guess. Whatever. Ask me a question. I know the answers. Peace out. Where's the off button? Oh, wait. I got 10 seconds to make an hour. Just sit here for 10 seconds. 3, 2, one. Peace.